Welcome to the second Sunday of Lent with College Park congregation. We're so glad that you could be here. Our Lenten theme is alelon, which is Greek for one another. So we're looking at the one another passages that are in the New Testament. There's about 100 of them. We're not going to look at them all, but Lynn Story Bunce is going to preach on one from Romans 12 today. We're hoping that this will be a way that we can continue to reconnect one another as we are, what we hope, on the tail end of the coronavirus. If it's your first time to connect with us, please let us know how we can connect with you. You can send me an email. It's just my name, michaelusey@gmail.com, and we'll be happy to make sure that you're on our email list. Today, immediately after the sermon talkback time and the coffee hour, there'll be two Sunday school classes, the God in Books. They're looking at poetry and finishing up their Wendell Berry book, and they'll be introducing a new book, Unfollow, and you'll hear more about that to come. The Joyces will continue to look at the book, The Space Between Us, having an excellent discussion in there as well. You're welcome to join both of those. And if should you need any a book or any literature, we'll be happy to provide that for you. Speaking of books, the Women of Valor Book Club is coming up in a little over 2 weeks. They'll be discussing via Zoom the book of the Unknown American. So you'll want to get a copy of that. We have these at church, and the Mostly Men's Occasional Book Club, it has a new book. We Ride Upon Sticks. You can pick this up at church as well. And sometime when it's safe in April, we'll get together, have a fire outside, and dance around it and eat pizza. Today at 1 o'clock, if the weather permits, the walking group will meet at the Carolina Theater. We'll be walking down to Martin Luther King Boulevard and back. That's an excellent time to walk and get to know one another and connect with people. At 2:15, then the missions group will meet at Lindley Park Elementary to distribute food with Beth David Synagogue from Out of the Garden. That'll last till 3:30. If you can come out, wear a mask, come out, and that's a marvelous time while we help people in our community. 5 o'clock, the youth group meets at College Park, and they're up for a good time. Yesterday was Purim in the Jewish community, so if you're looking for something to read, it might be a good time to reread the story of Esther. In this coming week, Monday, we'll have a new phone system online, thanks to Jerry Elkins, and so be patient with us as we work out the problems and the kinks with that. Wednesday night we'll continue. It's a Bible study, but it doesn't require any preparation. It's all discussion based at 6:30. Then at 7:30 there'll be a remote choir. If you haven't picked up your grass kit yet, which that's not a fundraiser done by the finance committee, but I think it's an Easter grass watering thing. If you haven't done that yet, there's available at the church too as well. On a more serious note, let's remember some of the people that had difficult weeks. Azariah had surgery on Wednesday. Hayat had surgery on Friday. Charlie Wilson was in a car accident on the highway on his road to Tennessee. Totaled the car, but he is okay. Mike Broadway, a kind of a newer member, but a very old, good friend of mine, found out that his father had fallen in Texas, and he's en route down there to bring him back to North Carolina. Gray Cockerham lost a very good friend of his, one of his Sunday school teachers, so this is the second death to come Gray's way. Betty Ruffin has had terrible water damage in her apartment and has had to leave it. And yesterday we celebrated Denver Lennon's life, so remember Laura and his kids as well. Giovanni's friend is in Cone with Rona and not expected to be able to leave. There's so many people in our community that are hurting right now. We need to be one anothering them. Thank you for being with us. Now let's worship the God that calls us to love, cherish, listen, and support one another.